YouTube, how's it going today? Flag 1122, back again, smoking another tiny cigar. This is 1839. It's a wonderful little cigar. It's very, very affordable. I've recently learned that they may stop making these cigars, which would be really tragic. It's just a wonderful domestic little cigar, and it's just one of my favorites. You can't go wrong. Get a little pack of cigars for $2. Hope they don't go away. It's 100% flue cured Virginia Burley cigar. Really dig it. It's time for another classic pop review. Haven't done one in a couple weeks, and I know I said I was going to do Human League Dare, their LP version, but I've decided to put that off for a little while. Maybe in a couple weeks I'll do that one. I wanted to talk to you guys and gals today about Erasure. And this is my favorite CD from Erasure. This is the CD that came out in 1994. It's called I Say, I Say, I Say. If you're not familiar with Erasure, it's another sort of synth duo from England, 80s synth duo. Band members are Vince Clarke, and he's the lead songwriter, sort of synth mastermind, and Andy Bell, who is the vocalist. Also, probably over the last 10 years, has been writing a lot of, co-writing a lot of the tunes. This is the CD that really got me into Erasure, though. As a young lad growing up in the 90s, like a lot of other kids, unfortunately, I signed up with Columbia House Records, and you buy one, you get like 10 for free, and I know a lot of people are still in trouble with Columbia House, although I think they folded now, so that's pretty good. Not have to worry about that debt anyway. Anyway, this is one of the CDs that I picked up from Columbia House, and I didn't know anything about Erasure. I was like, I kind of like the name Erasure, kind of strange name for a group. Anyway, instantly I fell in love with Erasure. It's just gorgeous pop music, and like flowing synth riffs and just beautiful lyrics. You can hear it in the background. This song is called So the Story Goes. It's the 4th track on the album. A little history about Erasure, if you're not familiar with Erasure. They started in around, I guess they released their first LP in around 1986, could be the beginning of 87, I'm not 100% sure on that, but Vince Clarke started the band, and Vince Clarke, if you know about Depeche Mode, you know that Vince Clarke also founded Depeche Mode, and he left Depeche Mode after the first Depeche Mode LP, Speak and Spell. A lot of people think that maybe he just left because he couldn't get along with his other band members, but I don't really think that was the case. I just think that he had a different vision for what he wanted to do. I know he, right after Depeche Mode, Vince did various things. He was with, of course, Alison Moyet on Yaz, or Yazoo if you like, and they released some really wonderful music there. Also, he did some one-off projects with some vocalists in the UK, but never quite found the popularity that he had with Depeche Mode. And a lot of people thought after Vince left Depeche Mode that Depeche Mode would crumble, and of course we know that didn't happen. They went on to have massive success, and Martin Gore started writing all the songs for Depeche Mode. Anyway, though, eventually Vince decided to put in an ad in the Melody Maker in the UK, in a Melody Maker magazine in the UK, looking for a vocalist, and he listened to several people's voices, but this young lad named Andy Bell came in with angelic, silky voice, and they formed Erasure, and didn't have immediate success with Erasure. Their first LP, Wonderland, was met with some criticism and didn't sell a lot in the UK, but they went on and forged ahead and eventually became Erasure. And with their CD Wild, they just kind of exploded in the UK and had like 4 #1 records and like I think 10 or 12 #1s from like maybe 87 to about 95, maybe more than 10 number ones, maybe more like 15 number ones. But anyway, like I said, this is the CD that really started my love affair with Erasure, and I've since, I went back and bought all the other Erasure CDs, and I've continued to buy the Erasure releases. But for me, this is the one that still just touches me. Just like I said before, just beautiful synth melodies. Really, Vince Clarke is one of the greatest living pioneers of synth sound in the last like 30 years. He's just absolutely a genius when it comes to electronic music. And I know he was really famous for using classic synthesizers, big bulky synthesizers that have been abandoned. At one time in the UK, he had a huge synthesizer collection. He has since moved to America, and he married an American gal, and they live up in Maine, and he's created what's called the cabin. It's a cabin up there, and he's brought all his classic synths to America, and also hooked them up with some more computer, mainstream computer technology, and they continue to make this wonderful music. I was fortunate enough to see Erasure live in 2011. I went to St. Louis, Missouri to see them on their Tomorrow's World Tour, and there's a video on my channel of me at that Erasure show, and it was just a fantastic show. And a little bit about Andy Bell as a frontman. To my mind, I mean, there's no one as energetic as Andy Bell. Even like, he's progressing in age. He's like 53, maybe 54. He still bounces around on stage like a young man. He did have he had knee replacement surgery and hip replacement surgery, so that slowed him down a little bit. But with age, you've got to take it easy a little bit. But still, just such a joy to watch. He just sings with such sweet emotion, and you can just feel the lyrics, and what he's singing. He's feeling that. So this song you're hearing right here in the background is "Run to the Sun." It's a very upbeat, high energy song. The lead single on this album right here is "Always," and it was a pretty big hit for Erasure all over the world. It was a number one in the UK, and it broke into the top 40 here in the United States in '94, and maybe it was number one, number two on the dance charts for that year. Unfortunately, this was the last release that found a lot of popularity in America from Erasure, which is unfortunate. They continue to release really great material, but by that time, grunge had really started in the United States, and there wasn't much room for electronic dance music or synth-heavy music. But I highly recommend Erasure, and I highly recommend I Say. It's a really great title for an album, don't you think? Also, another really good, this track that you're hearing right now is "Always." Just the beginning of it is so gorgeous. It just makes you think of like fantasy lands and elves and mermaids and all that nonsense. But if you want to get into Erasure, there's several compilations. There's a compilation called Total Pop, the first 20 hits, and that came out in like '95, I think, and that's a good CD to have. Later on, they released Total Pop, the first 40 hits, and I think that was released in maybe 2007 or 2008, and that has their first 40 hits. For like the completionists, for the obsessed of Erasure, you can pick up this box set right here. This is Total Pop Deluxe, the first 40 hits, and it is a 4-disc set, and it's got, of course, the first 40 hits, and it also has a disc of several live performances that are just outstanding, and also a DVD containing some live performances. They're really great and really hard to find, so you can pick this up. It retails for around $35, $40. You can get it all used online or on eBay or Amazon for much cheaper than that. It also has this really fantastic booklet here that has a lot of their old tour booklets and just pictures of the band. You can see them right there. It's just they're just one of my favorites, really. If you like electronic music, if you like synth-heavy music, if you like profound lyrics, you can't go wrong with Erasure. I hope that they continue to make music. I know Andy Bell has had some health problems. He came out in the late 90s as an HIV positive man. One of the first musicians, to my knowledge, to come out and say that he was HIV positive. But you know, he's still healthy and he's better than ever, and I wish him all the best of luck. They have a new album that should be out by the end of this year, maybe early next year, which is going to be Erasure's interpretation of classic nursery rhymes. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the type of music that they produce will really be interesting with like classic nursery rhyme lyrics. So Erasure, check them out. It's great pop music. It's fantastic. That's all from me, guys and gals. Hope you've enjoyed this latest installment of Classic Pop Reviews. I appreciate you watching and supporting this series. Little cigar's almost done. Take care.